We move on to the next fight of the night, representing Team India. Please welcome to the ring, Ankit Gujjar.
राम भाइयों, मैं अंकित इंडिया से पाकिस्तान खेलने आया IFT 3। इसके लिए बढ़िया प्रिपरेशन कर रखी है। बाकी जो होगा अपना रिंग में दिखाओगे, बार तो क्या बोला है भाई। मैं अपने अपोनेंट ने बेस्ट ऑफ लक कहना चाहूँ, और भाई जो IFT है इस धन्यवाद भाई देने के लिए।
And his opponent representing Team Pakistan, please welcome Ijaz Ahmad.
Ejaz Ahmed, another prospect out of the Team Fight Fortress Preacher's Den contingent, fighting out of Sawat. He's one of those guys who's always ready. He last fought a few years ago. He lost fought, pardon me, at IFT 1. Got shots to the back of the head, and his opponent was disqualified. But tonight he's come back for vengeance at IFT 3. He was in critical condition, a lot of damage to the back of his head, but he persevered, and he's here tonight to fight his heart out as well as he can. He's a veteran of Pakistani MMA. He's been fighting on the local circuit since 2017, since the days of Fighting Alliance, a relic of a promotion now. But Ijaz Lee Ahmed has aged like fine wine, and he's coming in tonight to make his professional record go up to 3-0. Team Fight Fortress very best. Ijaz Lee Ahmed would like to be like water, my friend, shapeless, formless, and adaptive.
And of course, after a long layoff before his previous fight, which he won via disqualification, he wasn't able to perform much for us at that fight because it ended with strikes behind his head. And before that, he had a 4-year layoff. So you can imagine whether there's ring rust or not, whether he's prepared or not. But Ejaz Lee, like Daniel said, has been around the circuit.
मेरा नाम इजाज़ अहमद है। मेरा ताल्लुक़ स्वाद से। मैं टीम फाइट फोर्ट्रेस के साथ ट्रेनिंग करता हूँ। तकरीबन 3 महीने से इस फाइट के लिए मैं कैंप कर रहा हूँ। कोच इत्तिशाम करीम, कोच शेराला में, कोच यूमी, उनको थैंक्स, उनका शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ। इंशाल्लाह फाइट में मैं अपना बेस्ट दूंगा और बेस्ट रिजल्ट आएगा इंशाल्लाह।
With a Pakistan versus India fight card happening for you here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 5th fight of the evening, and it is 3 rounds of professional MMA action in the IFT strawweight division. Introducing first, Fighting out of the blue corner with a professional MMA record of 2 wins, 1 loss, no draws. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 54 kilograms even. He represents Spartan Fight Club and fights out of Haryana, India. Ankit Gujjar! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, undefeated in professional MMA action with 2 wins, no losses, no draws. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 54 kilograms even. He fights out of Team Fight Fortress and fights out of Savat, Pakistan. Ijaz Lee Ahmad. Your referee in the ring, Ahmad Khalid Karimi.
Ejaz Ahmed versus Ankit Gujjar. This is going to be a really intense fight. They had a really intense face-off as well, Daniel. I'm really excited for this one, watching Ejaz fight after a very, very long time.
Ijaz Ahmed is just full intensity, full-blown violence. So versatile, like I said, adaptive. But if you haven't seen a lot of him as they exchange strikes to open up the first round. Outside leg kick. This is Pakistan versus India. Professional MMA do not adjust your sets. This is IFT, Pakistan's MMA promotion for professional contests between countries. We've seen Pakistan, Afghanistan, we've seen Pakistan, Iran, and tonight we see Pakistan versus India. Ejaz Lee taking on the second Indian opponent tonight.
Very hard strikes exchanged so far by both fighters. Ankit Gujjar controlling the center for now. Ejaz eats a body jab.
Oh! He dropped him! He sat him down, left hook out of nowhere! But Ejaz recovers.
Out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen, he just dropped. It seemed like he was unconscious for a split second, but he regained. Ankit Gujjar has a hold of Ejaz Lee's neck, but Ejaz gets out. Whew, very intense stuff so far.
Literally out of nowhere, that is what you call a flash knockdown. No one saw it coming. But Ejaz had the wherewithal to be able to adjust and take down Ankit Gujjar. Man, that was intense. But Ejaz now seems to have found his composure, seems to have found his consciousness.
Yeah, but we don't know how much he's recovered. But this is ample time for him to utilize his time into recovering, because he did get rocked, he get knocked down. So he needs to bide his time and pull something out of the hat here if he wants to get Ankit Gujjar out quick.
Ejaz Ahmed was in a world of trouble, but now he seems to have recovered. He's on top of Ankit Gujjar. This is your 5th fight of the evening and your 2nd Pakistan versus India fight. We have a lot more action coming your way right here live on Geo Super, as Ejaz Lee Ahmed seems to have made the adjustment required to at least take the round. But what an intense start already to this fight.
Most certainly a nice big right there by Ejaz. Ankit Gujjar, so far, no answers for the top control of Ejaz here. Ejaz trying to move his way into side control, but Ankit Gujjar is doing a nice job with that half guard.
Ejaz is doing a good job strategically wise to take as much time as he wants to potentially recover. And now he is in a good position to throw some elbows. His corner is calling for it as well, but Ankit doing a good job of moving his head right into the elbow so it doesn't really land with that much impact.
Ejaz is going to try and post off and get some elbows in there. Ankit Gujjar trying to create some distance. In the top mount now is Ejaz. Beautiful work. Very high up the guard of Ankit Gujjar. And this is his chance to rain down bombs just like that as the crowd comes alive.
What a turnaround this has been for Ijaz Lee Ahmed. Dropped immediately, but now look at that. Ferocious elbows from top mount. Ijaz has this crowd unglued, but needs to keep going and land effectively to stop the fight. Ankit Gujjar doing a good job of staying in it, but how much more can he take?
Ankit Gujjar did a very nice job of dodging most of those strikes by Ejaz, so he hasn't taken a lot of damage here. Ejaz needs to be more precise in his striking if he wants to hurt Ankit Gujjar. Just like that. Just like that. Ankit Gujjar trying to get Ejaz off of him. Trying to catch his attention with some strikes off the bottom. He's trying to create distance and survive this round. Ejaz is slamming those elbows. And this will be the end of the round.
Ijaz defiantly screaming into Ankit's face. He knows he got dropped bad at the start of the round, but ends it as good as he could have wanted it. Almost on autopilot, he took down Ankit as soon as that knockdown took place. And since then, it's been smooth sailing. On top, has the pressure, has the control, has the elbows, has everything he needs. Ijaz Ahmed able to get it done in round number 1, at least for now. It'll be interesting to see if the judges negate that knockdown after he was able to control Ankit for the entirety pretty much of the 5 rounds. Very interesting round here to start off the strawweight fight. Man, high intensity stuff, Salman.
Most certainly, and we will be going into round number 2. Ejaz with a very dominant end to the round. He was able to be dominant for the majority of round number 1 after being knocked down the way he was. It seemed like he was out for a moment, but like you said, Daniel, he was able to regain and recuperate. And here we go, round number 2.
Round 2, Ijaz Lee looks motivated almost. He has his hands up way higher than he did in round number 1. And I think for good reason.
Both fighters have felt each other. Ankit Gujjar has felt how it feels to be under Ejaz, so he wants to maintain distance. And Ejaz knows that Ankit can come with a bomb of his own that can drop him immediately. So they're both very tentative right now.
Yeah, that round 1, they both showed their cards almost. Ankit has shown that he has that explosive power. And Ejaz, though, going in with an overhand right, lands there.
Tries to fire back with an uppercut and a hook of his own. Nice low kick there by Ankit Gujjar.
Sher Alam, TFF coach, of course, telling Ejaz to throw those strikes and follow it up with a takedown. The key is to win, right? As he got tagged there a couple of times, but that is the opposite of what Coach Sher Alam was calling for. Ejaz got tagged a couple of times, panicked, shot, and Ankit was ready.
Ankit was ready and most certainly now on top of Ejaz. Ejaz got stumbled with a bouncing jab by Ankit Gujjar. He's very nice with those pouncing strikes. He's able to be out of range immediately after tagging Ejaz. And that's what set up the takedown here. He was able to change levels and end up on top. Now he's going to work. Ejaz looking to set up a triangle, it seems. Ankit trying to create some distance, post off and catch Ejaz with some strikes. Right in front of the Indian corner now is Ankit Gujjar.
Ankit's done a good job in this round. Almost polar opposite in terms of the grappling exchange from round number 1. Ejaz tying him up with the legs there. Does not want Ankit to pass his full guard. Ejaz now trying to manipulate the right arm, but Ankit has his head in a good position here. But Ejaz now trying to go for something here. Going for a triangle. But Ankit is going to see the damage, but Ejaz now has that arm. It was a decoy for him to try to get out, but Ankit read it.
He has his back now, Ankit. But Ejaz manages to get out and into side control now. The Pakistani crowd comes alive now. Ejaz pounding Ankit Gujjar with those hard elbows and strikes off top. Trying to make up for lost time. Ejaz looking to try and get busy here, but Ankit Gujjar doing a nice job of keeping Ejaz close to himself. And that's what they're going to do. Ejaz is going to try and create distance. Ankit is going to try and keep Ejaz close to himself. The referee's going to reset them in the center of the ring. An elbow and a reversal of positions by Ankit Gujjar. Very nicely timed transition there. Ejaz now trying to get the back of Ankit Gujjar. Slipped out of that big strike of Ankit Gujjar. He has his back now. And both fighters out of the ring. You don't see that a lot. I keep seeing these fighters, they're not used to fighting inside a boxing ring. Ejaz protesting that he had the back of Ankit Gujjar and he wants to restart and reset in the same position because it was a dominant position and he worked very hard to get it.
Yeah, he's fighting a good fight. Whoa. Ahmad Khalid needs to regain control of this fight. Ankit Gujjar throwing a knee there. And now we're back underway.
These fighters, they're just not used to fighting without the fence or the cage, especially if you're a grappler, a wrestler, or you like to work off the clinch. The boxing ring is going to give you a lot of trouble.
Hard shots here by Ejaz right in front of us. Referee Ahmad Khalid right on top of the action.
Ejaz trying to make up for lost time now, trying to stay busy, trying to get as much damage as he can. 10 seconds left on the clock. Both fighters thought that was the end of the round.
Ejaz shoots in right at the end, trying to sneak some points in. He will get the optics of the judges, but nonetheless, that was all optics. Round number 2 in the books. 2 rounds now. Ejaz Ahmed and Ankit Gujjar both have put on a back and forth contest for us right here at IFT 3, Pakistan versus India. Thank you all so much for watching and joining us here on Geo Super, live from Lahore, the home and the playground for Pakistani mixed martial arts, if I may say that. Ankit Gujjar has made the long, winding road from India to come into Pakistan and compete. And Ejaz Ahmed, of course, is here to play a spoiler for Ankit's hard work, for his miles traveled.
Round number 3, third and final round. Ankit Gujjar versus Ejaz Ahmed. Very back and fight so far. A lot has happened. But both fighters know that they need to make a statement in this round, because it seems very close so far on the judges' scorecards.
Seems to me like it's 2 rounds up for Ejaz. Ankit needs something, but you never know with a fight like this, Salman. So much back and forth action. A knockdown for Ankit. Nice connection there for both guys.
Rocked Ankit Gujjar did. Ejaz looking to take him down right in front of us. Ejaz has him against the ropes here. Ankit Gujjar trying not to fall out of the ring. Referee's going to reset them in the center of the ring. And now they reset and restart. Ejaz is on top. Ankit Gujjar trying to stay as busy as he can from his back.
This is exactly where Ejaz Lee Ahmad should be and wants to be. On top, in control. Doing some damage on Ankit Gujjar. Ankit Gujjar, of course, made the trip from Haryana, India. Ejaz Ahmad, a staple of the Preacher's Den TFF contingent. Here to go 3-0 in his pro career. You know Coach Atisham is watching this right now on the edge of his seat. And you know he wants Ejaz to keep doing what he's doing and get the W.
And that's exactly what Ejaz is going to be trying to do here. And doing very well right now so far. Out of trouble. Controlling the pace of the fight. Not giving Ankit Gujjar any space to do much. It seems like he's battling for a more dominant position here. He's listening to the guidance of his corner. His corner asking him to get busy and get some strikes in. But Ankit Gujjar doing most of the damage so far off his back. Ejaz Lee's corner are encouraging him to strike more. Body, head, mix it up. But Ankit Gujjar doing a nice job of keeping Ejaz away from him.
Ankit doing what he can to do some damage off his back, but rather than the damage, he needs to move and get out of here. Get out from underneath Ejaz Ahmad. Referee telling him to keep working. Thought he was getting stood up, but now Ejaz is trying to throw these strikes.
Yeah, Ankit Gujjar hit Ejaz with the back of the head with an elbow, so the referee asked him not to do that, gave him a warning. And again, on the ropes, referee's gonna want to reset these fighters again. Start in the center. Ejaz's corner asked him to shoot, and he obliged and succeeds. But he needs to watch his neck here.
Yeah, he needs to protect his neck, Wu-Tang. And he needs to make sure he doesn't get choked out. Ejaz shot immediately as soon as round 3 started. That is a Wu-Tang reference. Protect your neck. But nonetheless, he's on top right now. Short strikes by Ankit Gujjar. That's all he's done off his back. Ejaz is trying to coast to a victory. He's covering up though. Ejaz seems to be hurt, or at least has identified the keys to victory and he's following them. But Ankit now fighting off his back pretty well, but needs to do something to get out of this position.
Yeah, Ankit has been very busy off his back. He's gotten in more strikes than Ejaz. Even though Ejaz has the more dominant position, Ankit's been more busy. He's trying to get damage. Damage in. But you would think on the judges' scorecards, what matters if you're in a more dominant position on top and controlling the pace of the fight, or if you're getting in more damage off your back.
Seems to be the former. As logic dictates, Ejaz has controlled this fight. He has dictated this fight, to say the least. Referee now bringing them to the center. The ring does change things for mixed martial artists. The cage acts as this backdrop, almost this support so fighters don't fall out. We're coming to a close, ladies and gentlemen, of round number 3. Ejaz, Lee Ahmed, and Ankit Gujjar are going to go all 3 rounds, it seems, and leave the fate of their victory in the hands of the judges' scorecards as we come to a close of 3 hard-fought rounds. Pakistan and India, Ijaz, Lee Ahmed, and Ankit Gujjar go all 15 minutes of pro MMA action as we go to the judges' scorecard. Salman, you're going to have some things to break down, my friend. Pakistan versus India going to decision for the first time tonight. Ijaz Ahmed, Ankit Gujjar laid out everything they could. They laid out everything they possibly had as Ijaz lets out a war cry. We're going to see how the judges saw it.
Yes, indeed, a very back and forth fight. These fighters gave it their all. Ejaz had to deal with some adversity at the start of the fight. In the very few seconds of round number 1, Ankit Gujjar was able to knock Ejaz down, and it seemed like he was out, he was unconscious, and that was going to be it. But Ejaz was able to regain himself and recover, and then end that first round in dominant fashion. But that second round, you could say it was close. You could have a contention for it, but it depends on the judges, how they saw this fight. It was close, but if I'm a viewer, I'm leaning towards Ejaz. But let's see what the judges thought here.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges scored this contest 30-27, 30-27, 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of Pakistan, Ejaz Lee